Welcome back for our final installment of the Pocono Records video golf lessons. My name is Dustin McCormick. I'm here at Water Gap Country Club. Today we're going to be reviewing what we've learned over the past 11 sessions real quick, as well as talking about course management. So let's get started. Now the key to playing good golf is actually managing yourself around a golf course. That's really the key. We're in a spot here where you can actually see behind me the fairway. Now we talked about troubleshooting a while back in our lessons, and we discussed about risk-reward shots. Course management is all risk-reward. It doesn't matter whether there are trees in front of you or you're just in the rough off the fairway. The idea of course management is knowing your game and playing to your game. That's the way you're going to become the best golfer you can. For instance, if you're a 20 or 25 handicap that doesn't have a lot of club head speed, if you miss a fairway and you're in the rough and you have a very nasty lie, 3-wood might not be the best play. Even if you can't get to the green, the best move for you might be to pull a 7-iron and lay it up. Take your wedge in and make your 5. That's really the key to course management, playing it smart, okay? If you're a good golfer and you have the club head speed, that's where risk-reward comes in. If you're 145 yards and you can hit 9-iron that far and you know you can cut your 9-iron through the rough, then you can go for it. If not, maybe you should still take a higher lofted club, guarantee yourself something back in the fairway short of the green. That's managing yourself. For instance, if you go to hit into a green, okay, one of the things you never want to do is miss long or severely right or left. Short is always your best option, because if you're in front of the green, most of the times you're in a fairway bunker or you are on the fringe or fairway. That is key to playing good golf, once again, okay? So if we're short of the green, we're either going to have some kind of chip that's usually uphill because most greens funnel from back to front, okay? And we have a good chance of making it up and down. If we would miss to the sides, now we're hitting cross slope, maybe even down grain. There's a lot of other battles we're going to be ensuing, as well as going long. If you go long, you might catch a bunker, you could find woods, you could find a lot of other trouble. So these are things that we really have to focus on. This is managing yourself around a golf course. On top of that, another thing to think about is teeing off. Not always do we have to hit driver off the tee. A lot of players would do a lot better if they would just take a 7-iron or a 6-iron, get themselves in play 120 yards down the fairway, and play out from there. Too many people insist on swinging driver off the tee, and it's too hard of a club to hit. So always think about that as well. Don't always go for the longest stick in your bag. Get what's going to get you in play. A lot of golf courses, especially in the Pocos, are not super long. You don't need to hit the ball a mile. There are a few, especially if you play the back tees, but for the most part, you don't need to. So take your 7-iron, take a 4-iron, something that's going to get you in play. Find a shot that's going to find the fairway for you. That's key. For me, it's a cut 3-wood. I hit cut 3-woods all day long. I rarely hit a driver, and I hit it far enough I get away with it. Do the same thing. Play a cut 4-iron or something that's going to find the fairway, even if it's a pitching wedge. I guarantee you your scores are going to drop if you keep the ball in the fairway. Now, on a shot like this, if we're here, you can see these guys out in the rough up here. This is actually pretty good. They're actually hitting out of the rough, and they're all playing an iron shot from about 160 yards, so they're probably going for the green. The idea here really is that if they're good enough, they might be able to get to the green. What you can't see is the fact that there's an overhanging tree and a lot of other trouble. This is one of those times where maybe you should manage yourself a little better. Take that 7-iron, punch it up, have yourself a 60-yard wedge shot to the green. That's going to be the key for good course management. Now that we have the full circle of the golf game in hand, we have everything from the golf swing all the way to course management, let's go back and review real quick as to what we've done. Now let's start with that pre-shot routine, that stuff we talked about early in our lessons, okay? We want to talk about the grip, all right? Real light grip, okay? 3 types of grips in golf. You have your baseball grip, which is your 10-finger grip. You have your interlocking grip, okay? And you have your overlapping grip. None of them are bad golf grips. They are all very good. It's whatever feels comfortable to you. The key to a good grip is doing exactly what I'm doing here, pointing the club towards the sky. That's number 1. What that'll do is put the center of gravity right in the bottom of the grip, and it'll make the grip nice and loose when you go to hold on to it, so you won't put too much pressure in your hands. You put pressure in your hands, it puts pressure in your forearms, which does to your shoulders, to your chest, restricts your whole golf swing. So you want to make sure that loose grip, that's key, okay? When we go into setup, we want to look at a couple things. First of all, we want to go with shoulder width stance, okay? We want to have a good knee flex and a good spine tilt. To show you from the side, we want to stand here with our knees flexed, and we want to think about sticking the back of our belt out away behind us, okay? That'll give you a nice spine angle. That's going to be the key to a good posture and a good setup. That's what we want. So we want shoulder width feet, a loose grip, bent knees, and we need a straight spine. That's going to be key. Stick the back of your belt buckle out away from you, okay? That's going to be key for setting up. Now, when it comes to golf swing, we want to remember the 3 checkpoints that we hit, okay? Checkpoint 1 is here, okay, halfway back. Our left arm is fully extended. Our knees are still flexed, okay, and the club is just starting to point towards the sky. That's key. Then we go to checkpoint 2, which is at the top of the swing, okay, where everything is very much the same. My knees are still flexed, my shoulders are turned, my left arm is completely straight. The only difference is now the club is pointing directly towards the sky. That's going to be key. And then checkpoint 3 is the whoosh, where we swing down through, clipping the grass, where we actually want to make contact with the golf ball. Always golf ball first, then the ground. That's going to be key to good golf swings. The same thing goes for chipping and pitching. It's all the same. It's just a smaller swing. When we're pitching, which we just have talked about, we go to here, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, and we're making that same exact swing down towards the golf ball. Always ball first. Same thing with chipping. The only difference is now we're going to keep our feet close together. That's going to be key. And when it comes to putting, which we talked about a long time ago in these lessons, what we really want to think about is always rolling the ball to the front edge of the cup and always using our shoulders, using that pendulum motion. That's going to be key to good putting. If you remember these small, tiny little steps, your game of golf will improve. We'll see you next time.